Jamahal Hill is training with Belal Muhammad ahead of his fight against Jiri Prochazka at UFC 311. Belal posted this to his Instagram. He wrote, 2 weeks till victory for my bro Jamahal Hill. And here's some footage of them sparring. Michael Bisping recounts the stress of having to pass an eye test during fight week. He says the stress was insane and reveals him and his coach Jason Perillo had code words for Bisping to pass. For those of you who don't know, Bisping suffered a detached retina after being head kicked by Vitor Belfort in 2013 and lost all vision in his right eye.
I would pass tests somehow, but then even on site at the commission at the day of the weigh-ins, they want to check your vision, you know, and I was always terrified that they were going to say, right, because I didn't have this then. You know, this is only like a few years ago.
Did that hurt to pull that out?
Nah. So I didn't have this, but my eye looked terrible. It looks even worse now. It looked a little bit better back then, but you could clearly see when you looked at the eye that it wasn't healthy. And the doctors, I would think, all they got to do is cover that eye and say, how many fingers? And then I'm So every training camp, the fight was the easy part because I was always terrified. I'm spending all this money on a training camp. I'm putting all this effort into it. I'm going to fly off to wherever it is. And then day before the fight, I'm going to get pulled from the fight. So the stress was so, it was major. And then when I would get past the weigh-ins, I was like, oh my God, relief. Now I know I can fight. Now I'm good. Now I'm happy. Now all I got to do is actually go out and fight. I don't really give a
There got to be a tremendous amount of stress.
The stress was insane, insane. So anyway, me and Perillo had a thing. I said, right, well, if he covers up the eye, go for one finger, for two or whatever. We did that a couple of times. And to be honest, they never even did it. They just went, can you see out of that eye? And I'm like, yeah. And they go, okay. I'm like, yeah. 2020 here, brother.
Wait, so you had code words with Jason Perillo, your head coach?
Yeah, we did it a couple of times, and then we just gave up because...
Incredible, dude.
Yeah.
That's smart, man.
Incredible. What a dog.
Conor McGregor has had numerous sponsors and business partners cut ties with him since he was found liable for sexual assault recently. Despite this, BKFC President David Feldman says that he will stand by Conor. Conor is a partner with BKFC and promotes them heavily on all of his social medias. Speaking to MMAfighting.com, Feldman said, we don't want to go into what happened, but at the end of the day, we're with him. He's our partner, and we're going to grow this thing together. He talks, people listen. I don't condone any bad things that may have happened, but what I do support 100% is loyalty. You're with somebody, and you're with somebody through good and bad. Not just with them through the good. We've been with Conor McGregor the whole time. He's been with us the whole time, and 2025 is going to be an epic year for everybody involved. Israel Adesanya shares his current daily training routine. Izzy is currently preparing to fight Nasruddin Imavov at UFC Saudi Arabia on February 1st.
Morning, blocking the bank.
Yeah, another one. Bites the dust. Just working, man. To be honest, that's how it should be. But I like it where I'm at right now.
What's today's morning block?
A like the capacity and some MMA work. Then I have wrestling in about an hour and a half. And then strength. And then that's me for the day. Oh no, wait, then hyperbaric. And then that's me for the day.
Daniel Cormier reacts to Alex Pereira recently saying that his next fight will not be Magomed Ankalaev. DC thinks with the current landscape of the light heavyweight division, it's actually the perfect time for Alex to fight Magomed. Otherwise, he'll just be fighting rematches because there's nobody else.
People are misunderstanding a little bit. Like, Ankalaev's not this high-level great wrestler. He's the best wrestler in the light heavyweight division right now, but he doesn't have all the accolades that come with what used to be considered a great wrestler in this division. With all that being said, that if you're gonna fight Ankalaev right now as Pereira, you think it should be now. If Ankalaev showed that he is willing to stand with Pereira, you would think that that would be now. But Pereira tweets, I just received confirmation that it won't be Ankalaev. So who would he fight if it's not Ankalaev? He has beaten Jiri Prochazka twice. Jamahal Hill is fighting Jiri Prochazka now. He just beat Khalil Roundtree, who was number 8 going into the fight. That shows you what he has done to the light heavyweight division. Granted, he has not cleared it out yet because he hasn't beaten everybody. But the guys that he's beaten, and in the way that he's beaten them, he has eliminated them from the top of the division at this moment. Jamahal Hill has a great performance against Jiri. He could earn a title fight again. So already, Pereira may be finding himself running into rematches if he doesn't fight Ankalaev, when reality tells him that right now is the best time to do so.
Merab Dvalishvili reveals him and Aljamain Sterling never even discussed fighting each other. Back when Aljo was the bantamweight champion, Dana White was adamant that him and Merab put their friendship aside and fight. Merab says he thinks it would have just been too awkward due to the fact that him and Aljo are so close.
So actually that's the crazy thing. We never talk about this, you know. So me as a, like you said, thank you, Eric, you know, that's reality. But me as a friend of Aljo and his teammate, I know him like since 2013 when I met him, and I know how he's hard worker and, you know, like dreamer, and just working for dream. I know how it means to him. I don't think it means this much for me to win the fight UFC or win the title. How important was for Aljo, you know, how hard was he was working, you know. I'm more casual, you know, like I still, you know, whatever. And so look, my friend, how he was achieving his goal. I was so happy for him always. And then he was so, you know, like and especially he was in this run, and he was fighting Dillashaw, Henry Cejudo, beat Peter Yan, and then whatever, he was supposed to go up, and anyways. And if you ask me, I don't want to fight him, but if UFC, hey, put the contract, hey Aljo, Merab, you guys have to fight each other, maybe we talk, you know, but we never talk because it wasn't like, I was so happy for him, and I was saying, hey, I don't want to fight with him, you know, and because like he's helping me, I'm helping him, and then we say, oh, we're gonna fight, like it's gonna be so awkward.
But the thing was, it was genuine.
Yeah,
like these two you could see how happy he was when Aljo won. You could see how happy Aljo was when he won, and it was genuine, bro. And like, I just think that people miss out on relationships more than they love the chaos. That was that's a true relationship that these guys have. True friendship, training partners that elevate one another, that push one another, but there's a trust level there, you know. And I'm glad that fight never transpired, because it just would never felt right, you know.
Umar Nurmagomedov does not think that Merab is afraid of him. However, Merab just wants to take less risky fights. Umar thinks Merab is looking for easy paydays. The two are scheduled to fight at UFC 311 on January 18th. Speaking to the UFC, Umar said, I think he just wants to fight with a guy who he can beat. It does not mean I 100% go inside the cage and smash him. No, he knows other guys, he will beat them. Me, it's going to be hard. That's why he tried to be champion a long time. He wants to fight with O'Malley or Petr Yan or someone else because he knows these guys, easy money. Me, nah. For me, he has to go to deep waters. For me, it's going to be a long night. I will not give him takedown. He will not control me. I have good skills, striking skills, and I can make for him a lot of problems. That's why. But when we go inside the cage, I will not think he's scared of me. I will know this is a man who will try to beat me. I am a man who will try to smash him, and it's going to be a battle. What I know, what I understand, he does not want a risky fight. He can beat me. It can happen. It's not going to break me. I will be the same Umar. Fighting is fighting. Everybody can lose, everybody can win. We're not talking about what's going to happen in the fight. If we're talking about scared, I think he just wants to take less risk. He will not beat me. I can't imagine how he will beat me. He can't hold me. Okay, maybe he will take me down one time, but he has to hold me there. He can't. He has to punch. It's not going to be how he did always. I'm not the person who will go crazy, but I can wrestle too. Don't forget about it. But I can finish. If he gives me his back, I'm going to choke you. Be careful. Michael Venom Page previews his upcoming fight with Shara Bullet at UFC Saudi Arabia on February 1st. MVP thinks this is an opportunity to show off his skills to UFC fans. He doesn't believe Shara will try to take him down, and it will be a fun stand-up fight.
That was he's super talented, man. Like up and coming star. You know, really confident in his stand-up game. But you know, so am I. So I thought that would be make for a great exchange.
Do you think this is the one where you really get to show out and kind of show the UFC fans who maybe haven't been as familiar with you up until now when you finally entered into the, you know, this organization? Do you think now this is the guy to really showcase the craziness that you bring to fight?
Yeah. It's definitely looking like it, definitely, because Shara, like I said, he's very confident in his striking ability, and you know, I think he's going to be 100% in on trying to showcase his talent against mine. So this, you know, when people are, you know, coming for me, it definitely allows me to be more myself. If he's just going to go with, you know, game plan A, it's perfect.
So Kevin Holland tried to take you down. Love Kevin, by the way. Shout out Kevin. But, you know, you're a wrestler now. Ian Machado, Gary, you know, we know how he got the job done, turned into a wrestler. Do you think there's any chance that this guy goes for the single, goes for the double, switches to a high crotch? And if he does that, you're like, bro, what are you doing? This is not what the people want to see.
You know what? If it does, it means the fight's going my way. But and aggressively my way, because I think he will be a lot more stubborn in believing in his ability. So I think I'd definitely be landing some crazy shots if he decides to go for a takedown. Because, like I said, I think in his mind, he believes he's the best when it comes to the striking game. So it will take a few knocks before he decides to change that. And maybe it might be too little, too late. So I doubt it, but like I said, I think he'll be very bloodied up if he is going for a takedown.
Khabib Nurmagomedov recently scoffed at the notion that Ireland produces high-level fighters. In an interview with PFL, Khabib said Ireland don't have fighters, brother. Let's be honest, how many fighters do you know from Ireland? Paul Hughes and Conor McGregor, and who else? There is no fighters. You come to Dagestan, you can understand. You know so many organizations, they don't even sign Dagestan fighters because they worry about like everybody can become champion. Dagestan, and let's be honest, Dagestan level of MMA up here, but Ireland level, not even half of Dagestan level. Paul Hughes responded to Khabib. On X, he reposted the interview. He wrote, "Just wait and see." Darren Till also responded to Khabib and disagrees with him. On X, he wrote, "I've always respected Khabib and his team a lot. They are fantastic fighters. But for him to sit there and say fighters from Ireland are low level, in comparison of sizes, of countries and production, Ireland is actually way ahead. Ireland is so f***ing small, and Russia is so f***ing big. Ireland has produced amazing fighters over the years. I would say just oversize and production of the country, Ireland wins every time. And this is not me being biased, because I am neither friends with Khabib's side or Ireland's side. I'm just stating my opinion." Alex Pereira posted a skit of him and Glover Teixeira practicing some power slap. Alex posted this to his Instagram. He wrote, "Helping Glover Teixeira to the power slap. Flames." And that's going to wrap it up for the news. Thanks for watching. For daily MMA news and content, subscribe to Full Mount MMA and click the bell icon to be notified when we post videos. Here are the 3 top comments from last video. In reference to Tony Ferguson saying that he has fight news coming soon, the first one's from Shakur9581. It says, "Yeah, Tony, you're going to show us something we've never seen before. 9 losses in a row." The second one's from Pet the Cat 1800. It says, "Tony versus Cowboy for the washed MF belt." And the final one's from JJ Marr. It's in reference to Themba Gorimbo, saying that his family was celebrating his loss to Vicente Luque. It says Luque plus 500 fed the whole village, so they started celebrating. Those were the 3 top comments from last video. If you want to be featured in the next one, all you have to do is comment down below. And if you missed yesterday's news, click the video on screen right now to get caught up.